A real testament to this philosophy of attempting quality over quantity comes in the form of the single solitary soccer game found on the Neo Geo. Where most consoles out there will have reams of sports titles of varying levels of value, SNK seemed to pick their moments a bit more. We'd see a few baseball games, understandable given its popularity in Japan as well as North America, but only one tennis game, a couple of golfers, and this one football title. That's pretty much it, and I can't even pretend I'm disappointed by that. Neither a sports fan nor a sports video game fan. I'd much rather check out the plethora of fighters and puzzle games the system promises. Still, when a sports game is done well, they definitely do have something to offer, even if you're not that interested in the activity yourself. The launch title, Baseball Stars, was perhaps minimalist, but when it plays as well as it does, you don't mind the lack of features. Neo Geo Cup 98 and its Color Plus enhanced version certainly doesn't skimp in this department. You can play a single game and a multiplayer versus one, which are fairly self-explanatory, but where the game really shines is in the story mode. Here you select one of 16 national teams from around the world and play and manage them through the Neo Geo tournament. It's a bit like the World Cup. You'll start first in a 4-team qualifying group stage, where each of the 4 teams plays the others in a round-robin format, 3 points for a win, 1 for a tie, with the top 2 placed sides going through to the knockout stages. Then it's single elimination until there's only one nation left standing. There's something of a team development concept at play here, where you can buy various items of kit for your players, which will buff one of their stats at the cost of others. Obviously your own skill comes into it too, but stats really do have an effect here. A player with a high technique will be more likely to skip over a tackle, and one with a higher speed will visibly run faster. So for example, you could buy some better boots for your midfielder, which would increase his speed stat, or better studs, which will help your defenders tackle harder. Within each category, however, are lots of other choices. For instance, the boots called Rockets will give a huge +4 to speed, but reduce your tackling ability by 5. These will be perfect for strikers who don't really need to tackle all that much anyway. There are throwaway ones too that give a stat up but only last for one game, perfect for equipping your whole team with for the final. Some categories will also have a special item that costs way more money but will do stuff like increase player speed when they have the ball or massively improve a player's long-range shots. A particular favourite of mine is the 2100 gold Wig, which grants a +2 buff to all players' stats except for a -6 in heading. Well, you wouldn't want to muss up such an expensive dome piece, would you, Wayne? Don't expect to be able to afford these right away, of course. Your team isn't funded by some Saudi oil tycoon or anything. You'll have to earn the cash by winning games. Before each match, as well as at half-time, you have access to your team's formation, which again is quite in-depth. There are loads to choose from, including a 2-7-1, which seems like a really bad strategy if you ask me. You can swap your team around as needed and can check any of your players' stats, items held, and conditions. Yet players can pick up knocks or even get properly injured throughout the course of the season, meaning you'll need to use your squad's depth to stay the course. You can buy ailment cures in the shop, so if your player's got a broken femur or something, just bandage them up and get them back out there. Probably don't do that actually. This storyline mode is really immersive and doesn't just last for one season. I think you can play indefinitely if you want. Now I've never seen it myself in game, but apparently agents will come to you every now and then offering to sell you a new player. That's definitely not how international football works, but even so, it's a pretty cool feature if true. The whole thing is seemingly geared up to being basically the perfect football game. Unfortunately, there's just one problem. That's the gameplay, which is actually kind of important. This is by no means the worst soccer experience I've ever had, that's for damn sure, but there are too many little niggles and irritants to take it into the realm of excellent. Honestly, it's lackluster, it's not even that enjoyable, and it's super disappointing. Visually, it suffers terribly from having no minimaps, so you have absolutely no idea where your teammates are. Well, there are arrows, sure, but they're not helpful in the slightest, as chances are there'll be an opponent in front of your player anyway. Passing is incredibly unreliable. A tap of the A button does a short pass, but the kicker puts so little power on it that the ball won't reach your colleague most of the time. Holding the button down is no better, as this completely removes the targeting, causing your dude to just smash the ball like it's an influencer's like button. How do you even smash a like button, by the way? Surely it's just a mouse click, isn't it? If you're playing with weak players, expect to get tackled all the time. You really need high technique players in your midfield to stand a chance of getting past opponents. My biggest gripe, however, is with your own goalkeeper. They'll not catch shots all that often, and a diving save will virtually always rebound the ball straight into the feet of the striker, even when it makes no physical sense for it to do so, after which they'll nearly always score. What a shame. It all looks and sounds so good as well. Them graphics are to die for. Loads of frames of animation, players of a great size without reducing the view distance too much. The sense of depth perception when the ball is in the air is incredibly effective. The few lines of voice acting are excellently done too. Hey, I must reiterate though that the controls and such certainly aren't broken. You can play this game, just don't expect to have a ton of fun with it. I'm actually kind of gutted about the gameplay flaws in Neo Geo Cup. This really did have the framework to be a wonderful soccer game, but unfortunately, the ball sailed over the bar into the terraces. Rosette, as they say. Unbelievable, Jeff.